Hello everybody, this is Starman and welcome back to Let's Play Fallout 2. Well, I kind of screwed things up a little bit, so I've reloaded before I talk to the rights for the first time. Because it turns out you're supposed to go through a little bit of a thread and talk to everybody in the family after you talk to Dad and get hired on to find the killer. At which point, and this is what was throwing me off because it's been a while since I've done this, you get an item that helps speed your avenues of inquiry apart from every drug dealer in town blaming themselves. And yeah, he thinks it's one of the Mordinos. Safe bet. But we come back and talk to Orville. Ask him about Richard. Good kid. Damn, we ever found who did it to him. Any ideas who might have done it? Lots of our family sell jet. Could have been any of them. Mordino's got the most jet dealers, though. They make the most jet. Bet it was one of them. What dealers do you suspect? Bunch of them. Jagged Jimmy G on 2nd Street. The old son of a bitch Renesco on the West End. Jules deals 2 out of the front of town. Mostly dumb tourists. Then there's little Jesus Mordino. And which room was his? Do you think your mother would mind if I looked in there? My room, or his room? It's the empty one next to Mom's room, the second one down from the kitchen. As for looking around, well, look, just don't stay too long. Don't mess the place up or Mom will pop a clip if she finds out. Thanks, Keith. I won't stay too long. Okay, so that would be Mrs. Wright right there. We will not disturb her. And okay. Now I can get to the metal door. This was Richard's old room. Hey, I found an empty jet canister behind the dresser in the Wright mansion. Yep, and it has traces of jet inside. So armed with that, and dang it, Vic. Where are we going? To heck in a handbasket. Anyway, now that we have this, we have something that we can show the other drug dealers that can be used as a identifying point. And yay, no lag this time. And we'll endure ourselves asking about the scar. Other questions? Yeah, other questions. Yeah. You said before your jet was the safest. Are there any bad jet floating around? Now, all I'm saying is that Jimmy likes his buyers happy and alive. Draw your own conclusions, my pilot friend. Is breeding more important to you than saving a few chips off your next jet purchase? Know anything about this empty jet canister? Take the canister. Now this shit's got rad scorp juice in it. Whoever's sucking on this ain't long for this world. Okay, back. It's poisoned? Hell yeah, gotta be careful in this world with shit like that being passed around. That's what Jimmy always says. Any idea where it might have come from? I don't know. Joseph, me spreading the word around. That's mine, if I were you. I'd ask Jules and Renesco about it, but you didn't hear that from me. Jules and Renesco, huh? Thanks for the tip. Now, you'll forgive me for skipping right ahead to Renesco on the grounds that, Renesco makes his own chems. He's a fairly savvy guy. Jules is nice, but I don't think I can trust him for chemical analysis. But yeah, you discover that Richard Wright was poisoned. Did you sell jet to Richard Wright? Don't you even try and pin the accusation on me. You want to know who did? Ask Tweedledum and Tweedledummer if they're still selling jet laced of arsenic. What can you tell me about the empty jet canister? It's empty. It's a jet canister, like hundreds of other all around the arena. Anything else I can help you with? Know anything about the Radscorp venom that traces that are in this canister? Radscorpion. Renesco suddenly freezes as if remembering something. You know something about it, don't you? Whoa, now just wait a minute. Don't mess with me, Renesco. Try and weasel out of this, and you'll be joining Richard. You understand? Wait a minute. I didn't sell it to the kid. He never bought anything from me. I was asked to make some jet lace of Radscorp venom, but I didn't sell it to the kid. You were asked to make poison jet for who? The Salvatores requested it. And bingo, 1,000 XP. This was a special order. I didn't know they were going to give it to the right kid. You have to believe me. I don't poison kids. Just a don't, huh? Why do you poison the jet? You didn't know they were going to kill someone with it. The Salvatores own me. They own this place, and when they want something, I give it to them. They'll kill me and have me replaced. I never meant any harm come that boy. All right. I'm sure you had the best intentions while you were spiking that jet with poison. So, yeah. We prove Renesco did it, but the Salvatores were actually the ones who planned it. Now, I had been planning on going after the Salvatores, well, personally. But I did promise that I would not mess with them on this, so go talk to Daddy Wright. You again. You found who killed my boy? And we can accuse anybody, but your son didn't die of an overdose. He was poisoned. Poison? What in the hell's name are you talking about? I found this jet canister that Richard was used on Richard. The trace of Radscorpion venom in the cartridge. He was poisoned with Radscorpion. The jet overdose was just a cover for the poison. Assuming I believe this for a second, and I ain't saying I am, then who poisoned my son? Why did they go through the trouble dosing with jet? Word is it was the Salvatores. They pumped him full of jet laces of Radscorp and then left him for you to find. Or I didn't know which of the Salvatores did. Renesco doctored up some jet for him, not knowing they'd use it to poison your son. Word is it was the Salvatores. Now, why in the hell would they do that? Way I see it, the Mordinos controlled the jet in Reno. Naturally, you blame them for a chem overdose, and there'd be war. If you two didn't wipe each other out, you'd at least be weakened by the fight. That makes life easier for the Salvatores, and then all they have to worry about is the bishops. You correctly identified who killed Richard Wright and the motive at 2,000 XP. Stares at you for a long time, then a dry chuckle escapes his lips. You gave me an answer, and I can't do nothing about the Salvatores. God damn it. Takes a deep breath. You can't do anything about it. What do you mean? Know what the Salvatore bastards are armed with, friend? Those damn Lightbringers. One Salvatore packing that kind, he could kill my whole family without batting an eye. To beat that, I'd need what? Well, now, before I get into specifics, let's settle accounts first. There's a little cash for your trouble, plus some ammo, liquor from a private stock. Another job for you if you're interested. I'm interested. It just so happens, not too long ago, I came across a map that shows an old army base in the mountains not far from here. You find a way in there, and I'll see that you're taken care of. All right, I'll go check it out. Nods and smiles. All right, then, come back when you found a way in, and I'll see that you're well rewarded. Now, as for location of the base, head north, then gives you coordinates. All right, I'll check it out. I'll find a way inside, and I'll be back. So, now, you can just accuse whoever you want, but that's not the fair and honest way of doing business, and not as profitable in the long run. So, we now have a base to take out.
What you beat me?
And, yep, Silk still has my sniper rifle. And gear, so... Go ahead and save here. And we'll go check out this base. Now, as I recall correctly, this is a place you typically do not want to take your companions, because it's easier to move it around, and there's stuff you can potentially set off. So I'm going to go ahead and
What you be me?
have my buddies wait here until I get back.
This look like a good.
And where the heck did Vic and Cassidy go to? Okay, well, they're trying to run around through the building to get to me. And in Mrs. Wright's bedroom, no less, you cheeky scoundrels. We here. Okay, so leaving all my buddies behind. And we got poor Richard. Loved his almanac. And yes, Sierra Army Depot. And yeah, cannot rest at this location. Which I suppose makes sense. So yeah, turrets. Hated these things in the old Fallout, don't like them much better now, and you'll note that there is a sizable amount of guards here. And this is why I got my sniper rifle out. And it seems my aim is blocked from here. Alright, there's one turret down. Ah, there's the other one, but luckily my armor seems to have caught it. Okay, that one was killed. Melee guard, yeah, nothing on these guys, oddly enough. Okay, and something just hit me. And yeah, I think there's something in that area that's killing me instead of the bullets. But yeah, at least I'm seeing it was a good idea not to bring my party here. Well, I wish I had thought of coming in broad daylight so I could at least see what I'm doing. Hey, got that one in two. Alright, well that got me 600 XP. Ah! Booby trapped. danger, high voltage. I want to bet that might have been what was killing me earlier. Ah, there we go. Halfway downward. Power switch. Power level drops to 0 and then goes back to 50% as the backup generators kick in. Well, that may make this place at least a little easier to get in, although it probably is also going to activate a whole bunch of fail-safes. And the sledgehammer and the workbench. But nothing that specifically does me a lot of good at the moment. Ah, there's the sticky turret. Turret is out of ammo. And a good thing, too. Yeah, let's try this from a different direction. Oh, whoop. Set a trap and got 25 points of damage, but appears to be locked. lockpick my way in. Howitzer and a rocket launcher. Well, if I had big gun skill at all, that could be incredibly useful. But that's always useful. And a locked locker, how novel. Failed to pick a lock on this container. Set off a trap. No trust in this place. And of course, I can't throw grenades worth a darn, but free weapons is free weapons. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and close this chapter out here, come back, rest, and then come back in daylight when we can actually see what's going on. But it's clear that there is something here to be made. If only a great big mess. But we will continue tackling the depot next time. See you then.